Hey guys, Jeff with Area North 40. Well, I've been waiting around for a part to come in that I need to finish up on another video, so I figured I'd start another video. If you remember, if you watched my video on the Hawthorne clunker right here, you may remember that I had said something about the tire being all cracked and hard, and I don't know if you can tell, but in here, like, you can see, you know, cracks in the rubber, and well, that's just not good. But you may also remember that I mentioned that there was a bike store that deals in like used bike parts and stuff like that, and new stuff. But anyway, I had remembered seeing a tire up there that was the same flame pattern tread and all that, and it was like 20 bucks, which is cheaper than a brand new tire, even from Walmart. And so, as luck would have it, I went back up there, and sure enough, it was still there. So here it is. See, 20 fire. That means I got it for 20 bucks, and it's got the fire tread pattern. So I'm gonna do a few things here. I'm gonna change that out real quick, but I got a couple other bikes that I want to try and get some stuff done. This is that one that I had done in the other video where I snapped my fingers, and it was the other nicer one, yada yada. One of the things about this, when I got it, you can see the tread pattern on the tire there. That's like an old vintage, like what would have come on this bike way back when. Now I think it's actually a newer one, but it's the same style. And I came across another one right there, same tread pattern, very 70s. This somebody had put on a more modern, you know, street slash enduro tire, whatever. So I'm gonna change that onto there. And then lastly, this bike here, after I robbed the chain guard off of it, one of the things about this bike is a junior model, which means it's the same size as that one over there, but that's an older one. Before they had the junior size, they made a little bit bigger one, but they kept that size and called it a junior from that point on. So this is the same size as the original Schwinn Stingray that came out in about mid-year 63. And they'd had the frame for other models, but the official Stingray style. Anyway, on the junior, they started putting these handlebars, the angle here, and they're just kind of shorter. So you can see how much taller those handlebars are. I have these handlebars here that I took off of that one over there. And so I'm going to take these off of that gooseneck and put them onto this gooseneck onto this bike, and it will have the more traditional Stingray look to it. And I'm doing that only just to sell the thing. I have more than enough. I don't need to have that many of them. I don't need to have that many of anything, but that's just one of the ones. I got it. I cleaned it up. You saw that in another video. Hopefully you watched it. It could use a little bit more. It could be fully restored, but I just wanted to get it cleaned up and re-grease the bearings like I did in the video, and basically make it ready to sell it and make maybe a little bit of more money off of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see if I can get all of that in one video. Obviously I'll probably speed some of it up. I'm gonna listen to some music while I do that, which is not allowed on YouTube, so you'll get to hear the generic boring free music that I get on my editing software, and I will be listening to cool things like Queensryche and Metallica and AC/DC and yada yada. So have fun with that. Struggling with that for me. I'm going to show you something here. This has got these little spacers in here that have like a little bit of a collar, I guess you could say, and it doesn't thread on there, just is supposed to slide back and forth on the axle. It's got it on both sides. See how that just kind of slides in and out nice and easy. The whole point of that is that that part there is a little bit bigger around than the axle. It provides a washer, but also that fits into here. So that's kind of narrow there, but then it opens up a little bit right there, if you can see that, and that collar kind of slips into there. That way, if your this nut were to come loose, it would still kind of hold it in place. I mean, the wheel would probably start to wobble around a little bit, but you wouldn't pull a wheelie and have the wheel fall out and go rolling down the road, and then when you come down, eat it. So, but for whatever reason, this one is just didn't want to move much. It's kind of sticky. I should probably squirt a little bit of WD-40 on it or something. But anyway, thought I'd just point that out. I discovered that my little tape job here kind of exposed one of the heads of the spokes right in there. So I need to get something to kind of protect that, because that could potentially pop the tube in there. All right, found some more tape. This is white, should work the same. I'm just gonna put a little strip in there, and hopefully it'll hold there. All right, there we go. So right off the bat, I screwed that up because I put the tire on the rim the opposite direction. Not a big deal, it doesn't matter. The front can go either direction, but you know, the flames, they go that way, just like they do on the back, which I'm just now noticing that this one's got some cracks too, but it's not as bad. But all it really means is that the 303 on this is facing this direction, and it's facing the opposite direction right there, but I just don't care now. So I still need to get a brake cable to hook up the brake things, but that's good for now. So project or bike one done for this video. So this one's good to go. All right, so just like that, the sun has gone a little bit behind that tree, so I moved the bike over here, still get some good sunlight out of it. One thing that's kind of cool is that when I pumped this tire up, it's been a while, and it's still got a good amount of air left in it. That was actually kind of a little bit difficult. This thing really felt stuck in there, but what's weird is it felt like really thick, but this tire feels pretty, I don't know, just kind of flimsy. I don't know if I'll really ever use it again. It's pretty bald there. Maybe if I come across one that I don't have a replacement for it, this could be a placeholder for a little bit, so I won't throw it away, because it doesn't look like it's cracked or worn out or anything, but it's just kind of a run-of-the-mill tire. But this tube, it's just weird. It felt almost like it was sticky or glued in there or something. And I don't know. I'm not sure if I should reuse it. I mean, it was holding air, but you know, right there, it looks like it's kind of splitting. But you know, I am gonna reuse it in this case, though. If it was something that I was actually going to be riding or anything like that, I wouldn't take the chance on a tube that was, you know, in this condition. This is basically a nostalgia piece. I mean, I had that thing sitting in front of the house in the garden just as a decoration for the longest time. It doesn't even need, it's kind of almost a waste of that tire to put it on there. But it matches, and I don't really specifically have any other bikes that take that tire. If I come across any that are good enough to hold the place but not ride on, I can always swap them out again. But anyway, I'm doing what I'm doing. All right, so if you look inside there, you can see it's still rusty. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my wire brush. This one's just plastic bristles, but it got the loose stuff out of there. Again, this is not meant to be ridden. It's meant to just be a showpiece. If I really want to nice it up, I could take that steel wool and clean that up, and it would, you know, bring the shine back. But I don't think I ever intend on trying to restore this one. It's meant to be exactly what it is and just be yard art. Probably still a little bit soft for riding on, but I ain't riding on it. Now, if I were going to make this a rider, I would clean that up more, and I would also probably pull this apart and re-grease inside of here. It's a little bit gummy, but for the purpose, it'll be fine. All right, let's throw it back on up there. I would not ride this thing with any kind of expectation of it holding up for very long. There we go. So even with that crappy rusty chain, it's still got enough to get her going. Yeah, put a little bit of more air in there. I can tell if I sit on it, it's gonna squish down too much. Even though I'm not gonna ride it, I still want to ride it. You know what I mean? Probably not. I want it rideable. One thing I forgot to mention though, all right, there we go. So, as I was about to say, one thing I forgot to mention, this gooseneck here is actually probably the best part of this entire bike. The banana seat is pretty cool, except for that it's pretty ripped, but I showed you in another video, I actually found another seat that's just like this in better shape. I honestly don't know if I'm going to put that on this one, since this is going to be just a yard art kind of bike, but I am going to rob this and these handlebars from this bike because I want to put this stem onto something else. Those double clamp stems they're kind of hard to come by. Now this one isn't a Redline one or a Cook's Brothers, whatever. So it's not the high dollar one, but it still has the same general look, and it's very cool. And I think I might put this whole setup, because if you can look in right here, these handlebars, they have these little spacer things that are like the diameter of the bar is probably 7/8, and then that makes it 1 inch right there to clamp down on that. And so these bars are specifically for this. So I'll take both of them together and clean them up, maybe paint them, and put them on a clunker, an actual full-size 26-incher. So I'll do that in a different video, but I don't know, I might go ahead and squirt a little bit of Croil down into this thing and see if I can loosen that nut up and see if it'll pop off of there. So let's do that. Squirt a little bit of Croil down here, down there, on those. It's a 13 mil, but 13 millimeter and 1/2 inch are the same, if you didn't know. And so we're gonna see if I can get it with that. Hey, look at that, I got it. I don't know if that was just lucky that it came loose that easily, or if the Croil worked that quickly and got down to what it needed to. Alright, I think it's actually going to be easier to take this thing off of here and get it down at ground level. Haha. That worked. Man, sometimes I'm smarter than I look. Bingo. Look at there. Alrighty. Oh, nice. There for the moment. Alright, so what am I gonna do now? I don't have a handlebar in there, but I did find this. It's already partially painted black. I can just touch it up a little bit. I just got to get the you know, the part that goes down there and the part that goes there. Boom. And I actually have a handlebar that fits that over there in the mess. So we'll deal with that at another time. It's good enough for right now. I just wanted to get that out of there while I was thinking about it. So sun's going down fast. Sun's going down. Take it easy. It's all right. I think I might have time to at least do the handlebar on the Junior over there. So I'm gonna get that thing up in place and get the handlebar off of there and off of that other gooseneck and get that thing swapped out. All right, not a whole lot of air left in my compressor, but hopefully there's enough to blow the grips off of this guy. All right, I may have to take this out to the main compressor. Let's do that. Let's get out to the main compressor, power that thing up, and get these grips off of here. All right, we're back out front here, or we are out front here. Let's see if we can get these things off. That's one. And that did it. Same situation here. If you have a really nice Camaro, I don't recommend using it as a tool bench or whatever, any kind of a bench. I got to get them both off at some point because these grips here are not Schwinn grips, and those ones are, and they're the ones that came. Those definitely are the ones that came off of this bike, so I'd like to keep it that way. These are just kind of generic run-of-the-mill grips. One way or the other, right? Winning once more. Okay, there we go. These bars here, nothing wrong with them. They're legitimate Schwinn bars, but I like the taller ones better, and I think that I am not alone in that opinion. Because when I see these things for sale on Marketplace or whatever, the Stingrays that have the taller bars, whether they're the narrow ones or the wide ones, they always go for a lot more money than the Juniors that have the little bars on them. And that's really the biggest difference between them is, you know, how tall the bars are. Now, as I had mentioned, these ones, they are not actual Schwinn brand. It says right on there, if you can see, it says Wald. That is an aftermarket company that I've heard different things. I've heard some people say that they were Schwinn authorized, whatever that is worth. What that would mean is, as far as I could tell, if it's Schwinn authorized, it means it's to the Schwinn standard, meaning that they use the same quality parts and materials and so forth. So I don't think that that's going to be a downgrade for the bike in any way. But if when I put it up for sale, I will mention in the ad that I have the original bars available that are shorter, and they can go with the bike, or I can change them out real quick or whatever, and give them the option. for a short little spin. All right, my traditional song, Fat Guy on a Little Bike. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this one. There has been quite a few obstacles in my video making recently. Mainly the weather has just, you know, I kind of alluded to it earlier on, and I'll probably mention this in a couple of videos. I've been starting several videos, but I haven't been able to get anything finished. Yesterday I was filming on one that was supposed to be a quick little video to tide you over, and it just went sideways, and I'm right now waiting for something to come in the mail so I can get that one hopefully finished. But I decided to come out and do this quick little thing with the bicycles. Hopefully that, you know, appeases the masses. I had noticed that some bicycle content wasn't doing quite as well as some of the other content, but then lo and behold, the bicycle swap meet video that I did a couple videos ago, whew, that one really did great. So it actually, I mean, for me, you know, I'm nowhere near some of these other channels I watch where they're getting, you know, thousands upon thousands, but I broke 1,000 video watches, and so I'm happy about that. And I've gotten a few new subscribers. Thank you for that. Welcome. Please enjoy. But I need more of you guys that are watching this to subscribe to the video, okay? And give me a thumbs up too. It helps the algorithm. The more views I get, the more likes I get, all of that stuff, it just helps the algorithm put it out there for more people to see. So it's not just a matter of, you know, giving me like a pat on the back. It helps get the content out there so that somebody will be just scrolling through their feed and see something that's similar to what they've watched before and say, oh, what's this about? So anyway, it really helps out. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I promise there'll be more to come. There won't be such big gaps. I might kind of scale back just because of the way things went for the month of January. It's February 3rd right this moment as I'm recording this. The month of January just was brutal for me. So moving forward, I think I'm gonna probably be pushing to get one out per every other week rather than trying, at least for the time being, till I can get some, you know, some stuff built up. Also next year, assuming things are going the way I want them to, I will probably, you know, do some stuff where I got a bunch of footage that I can do so that when the weather gets crappy, I can still put some stuff together. But anyway, please stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, all the things, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned.